Hello, hello.
It is begun.
Oh, these darn things. So yeah, I think I'm going to do less intros and exits on these. Since as it is, it's already going to take me forever to play this game. I guess to a certain degree I could like edit out the fights. How important are those to this?
Very well.
You cannot
Really,
stand against the will of the Maker! This is the way it has to be!
It is begun.
Yeah. The thing about the Dragon Age games, as much as I love them, is that I'm not the biggest fan of the combat. So it's not even like I really enjoy the fight scenes that much.
I shall do
They're
it.
just one of the things I have to do to get to that juicy story that I love so much. So I probably need to work on editing out the actual fights, since those are not what I'm actually here for. But they are part of the game, and they are part of what I experience when I play the game.
I must maintain.
Oh!
It is begun.
Check out that guy back there, he's headless. I'm not sure if he's actually supposed to be.
Lost! Let's try not to die here!
It is begun.
I don't even know if I can say that the
It shall
combat
be
gets
done.
better in later games. I certainly don't think that the
shall do
third
it.
game has very good combat.
It is begun.
Probably the second game in the Dragon Age series has the combat that I enjoy the most. But it's funny, for as much as this is a game, and that's part of what makes it immersive and what makes the story interesting to a degree, the fight itself, it's just not very good. Just not very good
quarter shall be
combat.
given.
Just don't enjoy it that much.
Very well.
I'm sure I'm selling this well, eh? Why is this your hobby if you
This is
don't
the way
enjoy
it
it?
has to
Especially,
be.
what's wrong with you?
Get out of
Why
here!
can't this
You're
be
just
easier?
weirdo, Mary.
We're alive.
This is what you get for being a girl gamer. Girl gamers don't know what's good.
It shall be done.
I will add that my actual all-time favorite game series, which is Mass Effect, does have combat that I enjoy. And that is one of the few series that, because of my enjoyment of the combat, that I will play it on harder levels than just the basic normal level, which
As you
this one is
say.
on.
Enough!
Probably should have picked up a healing spell before now.
Damn you!
Alright, well, it's time for people to start actually taking healing potions. So now's the time, I guess, for me to explain what healing potions are. And that is, if you look over these pictures, you'll see that the red bar on the left, which represents health, is getting kind of low for my companions here. So what they got to do is take a healing potion. Except in this game, they're called healing poultice. Which was widely mocked when this game came out, because a poultice is actually like a concoction that you put over a wound. It's not something that you drink. But in this game, you drink the poultices. So it's very incongruous. Did I make him drink one? Yeah. Okay.
Send me. By the Maker.
I believe
Be wary.
I believe the intention was that they were basically copying the look and feel of Dungeons and Dragons style combat. But they didn't want to copy all the terminology from Dungeons and Dragons, which, as you may or may not know, my audience, Dungeons and Dragons is tabletop RPG, tabletop role player game, which is where you have a book and you have dice to tell you when you take damage and all that good stuff. But there are also video game versions of that type of combat. And in Dungeons and Dragons, of course, it's called a healing potion. Just like my first spell that I get is called Arcane Bolt. In Dungeons and Dragons, that would be Magic Missile. Practically everyone has heard of Magic Missile. I think that's the reason why they... I mean, I've only realized recently, of course, that's why they call it Arcane Bolt, because they don't want to call it Magic Missile. They're just using synonyms. But that would be why they decided on healing
We'll need
poultice.
another way into the phylactery chamber. Let's explore the repository.
That would be why they chose healing poultice instead of healing potion. They just didn't think about what a poultice actually is. And so they look a little silly. That's alright. Games are allowed to be silly.
I shall do it.
Part of their charm. Okay, so here we're gonna steal good stuff in here. Looks like a pretty good staff that I'm gonna be using. Yeah, looks a little bit better than what I got. I guess I should give what's his face Jowan one of these. I guess they're probably better. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Let's talk to the scary statue.
As you
There's
say.
something odd about that statue.
I wonder who this statue is.
Greetings.
Maker's breath, did it just say something?
I am the essence and spirit of Eleni Zenobia, once consort and advisor to Archon Valerius. Prophecy my crime, cursed to stone for foretelling the fall of my lord's house.
Archon Valerius.
I'm not sure. The Archons were the lords of the Imperium.
Forever shall you stand on the threshold of my proud fortress, he said, and tell your lies to all who pass. But my lord found death at the hands of his enemies, and his once proud fortress crumbled to dust, as I foretold.
A Deventer statue! Don't listen to it. The Deventer lords dabbled in many forbidden arts. This is a wicked thing.
Oh, what do you know? It must be very old.
It must have been here for years. Look at the dust. I feel a little sorry for it. Her.
Weep not for me, child. Stone they made me, and stone I am, eternal and unfeeling. And I shall endure till the Maker returns to light their fires again.
What does that mean?
Ambiguous rubbish. It could mean anything. I can do it too. The sun grows dark, but lo, here comes the dawn.
Stop talking to it. Please, both of you.
We can't do much with it anyway.
Come on, Jowan. Let's go.
See, this is one I really wish I could talk more with this statue. Especially since Jowan doesn't think anything of
Wow,
it.
that old wall's about to come down any moment.
We all know anything Jowan isn't interested in is probably really cool and awesome.
Very well.
I think the phylactery chamber is on the other side of the wall behind this bookcase.
The wall looks weak in spots here.
We should be able to find something that can knock some of the bricks loose.
But the bookcase is in the way.
If we work together, we can shift it. Come on.
And
Now we just need to find a way to get through this wall.
for some reason, this dog is going to be the answer. See how it's clickable? I'm going to click it.
Use this with the rod. I'm sure it'll work. Hurry, the clock's ticking. This is the phylactery chamber. It worked.
We must find Jowan's phylactery. Quickly.
Let's look around then.
It shouldn't be hard to find. There aren't many phylacteries here.
Alright.
More enemies ahead.
I really should have
I'm
chosen
not
a
afraid
heal
of you.
potion before this point. Not a heal potion, a heal spell.
Blast!
As you
It's
say.
always helpful to have a mage who can heal.
There's no glory in bloodshed. Don't give them the advantage.
Since you can run out of heal potions.
Very
Steal
well.
something from here. Anything else for us to take? Looks like a note. And here's a big scene with Jowan and his phylactery. You see Jowan's phylactery in a corner of this case.
That's my phylactery! You found it! I can't believe this tiny vial stands between me and freedom. So fragile. So easy just to be rid of it. To end its hold over me. And I am free.
Then let's move on.
I do not want to stay here a moment longer.
You know what irritates me about this is that I told Enchanter Irving that he was going to try to get rid of his phylactery. So all he had to do was come in here and take that phylactery somewhere else, hide it away, put it in his office or something. But no. Does anybody ever listen to me? Clearly not. That's the story of Isobel. Ain't nobody ever listened to her, and they all pay the price for it.
We did it! I can't believe it! Thank you. We could never have...
So what you said was true, Irving.
You two are in big trouble.
An initiate conspiring with a blood mage. I'm disappointed, Lily. She seems shocked, but fully in control of her own mind. Not a thrall of the blood mage, then. You were right, Irving. The initiate has betrayed us. The Chantry will not let this go unpunished. And this one. Newly a mage and already flouting the rules of the Circle.
It's not her fault. This was my idea.
She is here under my orders, Gregor. I take full responsibility for her actions.
You darn right you do.
You led us into a trap?
Your foolish plan was doomed from the start.
Don't you dare speak to me.
Enough! As Knight Commander of the Templars here assembled, I sentence this blood mage to death. And this initiate has scorned the Chantry and her vows. Take her to Aenar.
The Mage's prison. No. Please, no. Not there.
No! I won't let you touch her!
By the Maker. Blood magic. How could you? You said you never...
I admit, I dabbled. I thought it would make me a better mage.
Yeah, that's what they all
Magic
say.
is evil, Jowan. It corrupts people, changes them.
I'm going to give it up. All magic. I just want to be with you, Lily. Please come with me.
I trusted you. I was ready to sacrifice everything for you. I don't know who you are, Blood Mage. Stay away from me.
Are you all right? Where's Gregor?
I knew it. Blood magic. But to overcome so many, I never thought him capable of such power.
I knew he was acting suspicious.
None of us expected this. Are you all right, Gregor?
As good as can be expected given the circumstances. If you had let me act sooner, this would not have happened. Now we have a blood mage on the loose and no way to track him down.
He can't have gone far. You could still capture him.
Believe me, we will use our every resource. Where is the girl?
I am here, sir.
You helped a blood mage. Look at all he's hurt.
Lily didn't know that Jowan was a blood mage.
Save your breath. I can speak for myself. Knight Commander, I was wrong. I was accomplice to a blood mage. I will accept whatever punishment you see fit. Even Aenar.
Get her out of my sight. And you. You were in a repository full of magics that are locked away for a reason.
Did you take anything important from the repository?
And now time for me to artfully lie. No.
Very well. I believe you.
But your antics have made a mockery of this circle. What are we to do with you?
And that, friends, is why I took 3 levels of coercion. Let's see. Nothing. I was doing as I was told.
As I said, she was working under my orders.
And this improves the situation. The phylactery chamber is forbidden to all save you and me.
I had my reasons.
You're not all-knowing, Irving. You don't know how much influence the Blood Mage might have had. How are we to deal with this?
Knight Commander, if I may, I'm not only looking for mages to join the King's army, I'm also recruiting for the Grey Wardens. Irving spoke highly of this mage, and I would like her to join the Warden ranks.
What? You've promised him a new Grey Warden?
She has served the Circle well. She would make an excellent Grey Warden.
Oh, you know it.
We look for dedication in our recruits. Fighting the Darkspawn requires such dedication, often at the expense of all else.
I object. You say she operated under your instructions, Irving. But I do not trust her. I must investigate this issue, and I will not release this mage to the Grey Warden.
Yeah, that's not in your control, buddy. If the Grey Wardens will have me, I will gladly go.
Rhaegar, mages are needed. This mage is needed. Worse things plague this world than blood mages. You know that. I take this young mage under my wing and bear all responsibility for her actions.
This mage does not deserve a place in the Order.
Why? Do we not reward service? This mage has served the Circle well. You have an opportunity few even dream of. Do not squander it.
So I am to be a Grey Warden.
Yes. Be proud, child. You are luckier than you know.
Do I say something snarky or something nice? I'm gonna be nice. Thank you for everything, First Enchanter.
Come. Your new life awaits.
Alright, that's finally the end of the of the origin story. Now we get into the shared part of the game that all origin stories share.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelin, I didn't expect
A royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
I'm not going to be snarky with the king. He is the king, after all. If I was an elf, though, I would be. I'm Isobel, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. I understand you hail from the Circle of Magi. I trust you have some spells to help us in the coming battle.
I will do my best, of course.
Excellent. We have too few mages here. Another is always welcome. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks.
You're too kind, Your Majesty.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
I didn't realize things were going so well.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Yet you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Why not? He seems to regard the Grey Wardens highly.
Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you mean? What ritual?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining, in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
Am I the only recruit you have?
No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive.
What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.